Hey everyone, Kelly and Christina here. In case you don't know us, I'm Kelly Geisler. I'm a spiritual business and mindset coach. My business partner, Christina, is the fabulous confident coach. I love partnering with her. And today we're coming live because we are launching a beautiful program that's going to be launched in mid-February called Impact. This is for your high ticket sales calls. So if you have a high ticket program that you sell through a sales call, this program is for you. And it's called Impact. And if you're interested to learn more, just drop Impact below or send us a message that says Impact. But today, what we're doing in this series is listing out the top 5 mistakes we see during that high ticket sales call. So, Christina, I just talked a lot, but welcome to the conversation.
Thank you for having me, as always.
So let me introduce what the number 3 mistake that we see. And then Christine is going to give you effective strategies today to use to overcome this mistake. And obviously there's much more in our impact program. So the high ticket sales call, one of the general frameworks that you can follow in a high ticket sales call is going from their current state to their future state. But the mistake that we see is that you don't understand in your sales call how your program bridges that gap for them. Okay, so the general framework, and there's a couple different frameworks that we explore inside Impact, but one of them is having them talk about their future or current state and then their future state, and then introducing the program with a permission. And it could look like something like, hey, I really do think that my program would bridge this gap. Would you like to explore that further? Having them say yes is a really good permission-based, consent-based part of the conversation that builds your relationship, that builds your know, trust, like factor as well. So a couple things that I like to approach here. First of all, when I know their current state and their future state, it helps me understand if my program is going to benefit them. Or if I have couple offers, I can figure out what offer is going to benefit them the most. And sometimes I say, hey, look, I have 2 options. Which one would you like to explore? And that actually gives them the opportunity to go like, oh, like the empowered position of, let's hear both of them. I'm curious to know which one, like, let's explore which one meets your needs. So first of all, having the current state and future state will give you the opportunity again to say, do they really even fit my program? Will my program solve their issue? Number 2, what option of my offers will actually meet their needs as well? And then number 3, you might even want to offer them the couple options so that they can make that empowered decision. But I'm getting a little bit off target. So the mistake that we see is not even understanding how your program bridges the gap and creates that transformation for them from their current state to their future state. So I think I covered all of like the main mistake that we see. And again, your client is going to, your role in the conversation is to be able to clearly articulate how your program is going to take them from current state to future state. And then there's juiciness there. But Christina's going to share with us a couple real tangible tips and strategies to apply in your sales call to help bridge that gap. So Christina, the ball's in your court.
Oh, perfect. Yay, I caught it. All right. So I love these 2 exercises. The first one is to really take a piece of paper. I don't know if you guys can see this, but draw a line down the middle. And then at the top, on the left side, it's all the features of your program. And this goes into our conversations from the other day. Another mistake was not knowing the features versus benefits, but then listing out how is each feature going to benefit that person, and do a full comprehensive list here. Try and get everything out of your brain about your program, get it onto paper, and then familiarize yourself with this every day, like as part of as you're eating your oats and drinking your coffee. Just familiarize yourself so that when you do get onto the call, it's in your brain, it's familiar, it's fresh. Sometimes it can be a period of time between these calls. So if you do keep it front of mind, you're going to be that much more confident speaking about your program and knowing, is this program, is what I have to offer truly going to help them, or do I need to find them maybe another coach or resource or program?
Yep.
And very similar to that, I'll flip my page. same line chart diagram, very easy, and doesn't have to take long. But on the one column is the before avatar of your client. So when they're coming into your program, what are their struggles? who are they? Who are they being? And then on the right side is the after avatar. After your program, after they've applied all the information, the tools, your support, who are they on the other side of that? So really getting a crystal clear picture of who this person is walking out of your program. And again, familiarizing yourself with both the before and the after. Do it daily. So you've got these 2 pages front to back.
And can I just add one thing to it?
Yeah, so totally.
Are at the end of your program, and then what becomes possible for them, right?
Yeah.
And really connect the dots to as far as you can get. They bring in more clients. Therefore, what becomes possible is maybe they get to leave their job. Maybe they get to like really scale down from 60 hours a week to 30 hours a week. They get to spend more time with their kids. So it's really focusing on, okay, you enter my program in the current state, you end my program in your future state, and this is what becomes possible for you at that point going forward. So real good juiciness there. Okay, back to you.
And just thinking a little bit more about that is you can also turn the lens back on yourself, because I believe most coaches are coaching something they've been through themselves. They've had that experience, felt inspired to share and help other lives, other women, men and women. And you can think back to yourself if you're struggling, like, I don't know how they're going to turn out. Well, how did you turn out on the other side of your transformation? So flipping that light back on you, who are you after that transformation? So just another little trick to get the mind going. Another thing to do is to really do some market research and understand what are the biggest problems that your clients are struggling with. And you could do the same kind of chart, what is the problem and how your program solves that problem. So again, just writing it out. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to write it out, because when we write it out, we can kind of control it and work with it and see it.
That also helps you validate, will your program deliver the results that they're looking for? Because it's actually not shame to say your program's not going to meet their need. It's actually one of the highest levels of service you can deliver, and honoring to yourself and to your client to say, you know what, my program, the one that we've been talking about, is not going to meet your needs. That's awesome. And I could either offer you something else, or I know a different person that would be perfect for you. That's a win-win. That's collaboration over competition. That is true integrity in your business, and that will speak volumes for you and your brand.
Absolutely. And if you played that out on the other side, you actually did offer your program to someone who wasn't a fit, or your program wasn't a great thing, you're not going to deliver results. It's not going to be a good experience on either side. So
right. And talk about frustrating. And if you have a 6-month program, 6 months of frustration.
Make sure you can deliver. Cool. And then another thought about like how to prepare yourself so that on future clarity calls, you do know how to bridge the gap. You can consider previous clients that you've worked with and pull mini testimonials or reference them. So for example, you could say something like, I'm working with someone right now who is a lot like you and has struggled with public speaking, for example, and she found the mindset module to be extremely helpful. So by doing that, you're connecting, okay, like she's already working with someone. So that builds authority. It shows results. It makes it relatable that I've, as the one speaking, the leader on the call, like I have done this before and I see how you're like this other person. So you can pull references to your current clients.
So that builds your authority immediately on the phone call. That also lets them relate to someone, a real life example, to say, oh, I'm not alone. And she has my same problem. And Kelly or Christina delivered, the transformation that they're talking about. So it really shows proof, kind of like not social proof, but program proof, and builds your authority and helps them really relate to the story as well.
Absolutely. And then my last note here is to focus, again, I'll just emphasize this, focus on the benefits versus the features when you're in the call with them. What's in it for them is going to be forefront. And I even have a little Post-it at the top of my laptop. It's like, what's in it for them as a reminder. It's like, I really want to be communicating what they're going to get out of working with you.
I want to highlight something you said, but I want to go back to something that you said and really emphasize this as well. Christina had said, look at this, create your charts and eat it with your oats, eat it with your breakfast, live and breathe it. Part of that is believe it. Believe it like you wouldn't, like your life depends on it, right? And if you don't believe it, we'll work on that. Work on why don't you believe that? Do you need your own proof? Do you need to go collect testimonials, so forth. And the reason why, and I'm going to answer this question from an energetic perspective. So you guys all know, if you've been around the block, you've heard me talk about the Russian dolls. My retreat business partner, Catherine, taught me this. I use it all the time, and I give her credit every time I talk about it. So your client's current state, and if the Russian doll is a doll inside of a doll inside of a doll inside of a doll, right? Your client is in a Russian doll right now, and that's her current state. And what she doesn't know is that future state, right? That future possibility and what's in it for her and what becomes possible when she's really living and breathing her future state. We all know, like that old adage, we don't know what we don't know. We can't see the unknown, right? And so we can't see beyond our current Russian doll. Coaches hold and create the possibility of introducing you to a bigger Russian doll, what's become possible. But from an energetic perspective, we hold the energetic container of that bigger Russian doll. So if you're not in alignment and congruency with believing in your program and believing in the gap, you're not going to hold that Russian doll. And so you're going to be actually operating in the same doll as your client. That's when you get friend zoned. That's when it's like, oh, nice for your information, but I'm going to pass this time because truly, I don't believe that you're going to deliver the results, right? Yeah. So believing in your program actually holds the energetic container of a bigger Russian doll, and they're going to feel it, and they're going to already start expanding into it. My clients often, I don't know if this is true for you, never asked you this, but my clients often start feeling shifts and expansion just in the clarity call alone. And so I believe, coaching starts way at the beginning, and there's things to do to maintain the integrity of the, before you're in an official coaching capacity and not, but transformation can happen and does happen on the clarity call. Do you have that experience too, Christina?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. There's an energy shift of like,
yes.
Well, there's possibility here that maybe I didn't see before.
Yes. Oh, that makes me excited. All right. So we're trying to keep these short. We are going to, if you're interested in joining us for a 4-week program to master your high ticket sales call so that you can have the confidence going into your call, you can increase your conversion rates, you can welcome more people into your programs, join us. We launch middle of February. Don't have the date. Send us a message, say impact, DM us, send us emails, Kelly@thebutterflyguide.com. Christina, what's your email?
Christina at ChristinaDean.co.
Perfect. Good question. Happy to share more information with you about these programs. We're passionate about them. This is actually something we're pulling out of my business academy. We're beefing it up because we want to deliver fast transformational results to you so that in 4 weeks you can master the high ticket sales call. So reach out to us if you're interested. We're going to be back in a couple of days to talk about mistake number 4 we see during the high ticket sales call. Anything you want to add, Christina?
No, that's all. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
All right, bye.